Well, good morning and welcome to Breakfast Extra. And, well, are congratulations in order? Or is it too early to call this a pass mark for INEC? Or is it too soon to tell? Well, this morning we have a little more information, which of course will answer that question. INEC has declared Ademola Adeleke the winner of the Osun governorship elections with 511,067 votes. He won 19 of the state's 30 local government areas, which his closest challenger, APC's Bola Oyebamiji, won 11. So the votes have been counted, the winner has been declared, and for now, Osun has a governor-elect who is actually the governor seeking another term. Congratulations to you, Adeleke. But let's go back to our original question. Is it a pass mark for INEC? Well, sort of. Because if we're marking yesterday purely on the question of whether Osun descended into widespread electoral violence, then INEC and the security agencies actually deserve some credit. This was an election that came with plenty of warning signs or baggage, political tension, allegations, counter-allegations, fears of violence, vote buying concerns, and enough political drama to actually make you wonder whether the ballot box was actually going to survive the day. Well, it did. And yet, for most part, people actually voted. They counted, they stayed back, they collated, and eventually INEC announced the result. That is not nothing. But there is always a but where Nigerian elections are concerned. We shouldn't confuse it with it didn't fall apart or it was perfect. Because yesterday still produced reports of ballot box snatching, intimidation, and also disruptions in some locations. There were also reports of delays, BVAS problems, suspected vote buying and interference at some polling units. And then there was the reported attack around the collation center in Osogbo, where gunmen were said to have disrupted proceedings and a man was reportedly shot dead. So let's be precise now. Osun was largely peaceful, but it was not violence-free. And that distinction absolutely matters because in Nigeria, we sometimes celebrate the absence of catastrophe as though catastrophe was the standard we were actually aiming for. I mean, imagine grading a student. Did he pass mathematics? No. Did he burn down the school? No. Well, excellent distinction? No. Democracy has a slightly higher bar, apparently. INEC's job is not merely to get an election to the finish line. It is to make sure the process is credible. That means voters should be able to vote freely. INEC officials should arrive on time, BVAS should work, voters should be counted correctly, results should be transparently collated, and if people have complaints, those complaints should be properly addressed. So yes, INEC deserves credit for getting Osun through the voting collation process without the widespread breakdown of order that many had feared from before. The security agencies, they deserve credit too, so congratulations to them. And perhaps more importantly, the people of Osun deserve credit for largely choosing the ballot over bottles, or choosing the ballot over battles, or choosing the ballot over, you know, the good old Nigerian political tradition of settling an argument with a chair or bottles. But the question of credibility doesn't disappear simply because INEC has announced a winner. In fact, this is where the real scrutiny begins. However, tell you what I will do. I will pause this monologue because right now the governor-elect is having a speech. Let's take a listen to that, and maybe, just maybe, I'll be able to conclude after he's done.